Alright, so this next video in Photoshop 101, we're going to go over the clone and stamp tools. The clone and stamp tools are going to be this one here that looks like a little stamper, or hotkey S. You can press either of those two things. So with our layer selected, the clone tool is not going to work unless you have your layer rasterized. It's not going to work on a smart object. So we're going to have to right click this lemon and scroll down the list and click Rasterize Layer. So now you can see we've got our little stamper tool here. We're going to make it bigger than the lemon. We're going to hold down Alt and it's going to give us a little target. That's the area that's going to be cloned. So anywhere that's inside that little circle. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and stamp that. So we'll click once and it's going to clone the lemon. We can put that wherever we want now and it will make a clone of the lemon in that spot. You see it's a pretty cool tool. It's pretty useful as far as being able to copy things, move things around, duplicate things. It's a very useful tool. Next up, it's probably about actually the basics of what that is. So the next thing is going to be the pattern stamp tool. Now the pattern stamp tool is also very, very good. It's something that's going to make you guys be able to do backgrounds relatively easy. I'm going to go ahead. I've got some brushes that I already downloaded. This set that I'm in here, watercolor spot brushes. They're actually brushes that I've created that are on the website right now. You can go to the PSD tools from the website and download these. There are 8 different watercolor patterns that I've created that you can use for brushes or you can use for the stamp tool. Up at the top, the brush size is actually massive. You can make that brush size significantly smaller by pressing the left bracket key next to the letter P on your keyboard, and that will size down, and then the right bracket key sizes up. So we'll make this pretty large just for showing purposes. So we've got our brush here. We're going to leave mode to normal, opacity 100%, flow 100%, angle 0. And then this little section here is going to be the pattern that you put on it. So there are a lot of free patterns on Brush Easy, as I talked about before, and there's patterns that you can get a lot of other places online and also create your own patterns, which I'll go over a video on how to create your own patterns. This is a pattern that I've created here, and it's just like a cheetah print, and all the pattern stamp tool does is creates that pattern in the shape of the brush. So instead of it being a solid color brush, it's going to become whatever the pattern is. So with one click, I now have a cheetah print background in the shape of the brush. Extremely useful tool. There are other ways to do this, which I'll show you, which this is the quickest, fastest, easiest way to do it. The other way gives us a little bit more control, but I'll make a video about that later on how to do that. But overall, both of these tools here, the clone stamp and the pattern stamp tool, are both very useful. You'll find good use of these making designs. The next video we'll go over is the history brush tool and the art history brush tool. I don't use these two things a whole lot, but we're going to still go over every single tool list in this panel here. So we'll see you on the next video.